Yes, it is Friday, and El Fuego super chatted $10 to get this show rolling. Let's roll it up. What's he got to say today? It's Friday, and the Livin Loud with Andy night train is leaving the station. All aboard, and special thanks to Cornut for helping with my 2016 4Runner build. Ahead of Surf City Sound Off. You know what? Getting ready for a show is got to be the best feeling. And you know what? We're still wrapping up Slamology. Surf City is another one of them, man. Thank you, El Fuego. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for all that you do for this channel and for all our friends. You're awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's Friday. Let's get this show cracking. And I guess we'll get that the intro video thing that we do going. And you know what? This is going to be the last Friday until July 28th or 26th. So, ask me anything. It's going to be fun, and it's Friday. I love you guys. I'll see you in 3 minutes.
Right? You know what that means. We living loud.
You know what, William? You do just gotta look at it. Would you look at that? Would you just look at that? Just look at it. Thank you, William. Thank you guys tuning in. Cedric, it's all right, man. That's why we do this every week, twice a week. I appreciate you guys. Kyle wants another discount code. I don't know. Maybe. Yo, what is going on, everyone? Thank you guys for tuning in, hanging out with me on Friday. We're back at it. And, you know, I was really looking forward to this show tonight. You know, there's always something going on in my life, but whose life isn't something going on. And I'm just happy to be able to be here tonight. And thank you, Caleb, for the extra help, as always. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you had an awesome 4th of July weekend. I know we got to see some fireworks. We got a little bit of rain, but hey, that's why I always bring a tent. Or maybe it's because I brought the tent, then it started to rain. Either way, it was fun. And yes, I hope you guys had an awesome 4th of July weekend. Can you sign my 215s? I got you, Simon. I got you, man. That's why I loved going to Slamology, and we're going to talk about it because the magazine came out, and why not? But that is an awesome place where I can be able to do that kind of stuff. And, the more I do this, the more I will venture out to other shows. I do want to try to go to SEMA, but I know that's more of like a close-knit kind of show, not a car audio base show. But there is the Shartin' On 'em Showdown show right beside it, or, in the same area, same time frame. Either way, one step at a time. I got you, Simon. I appreciate you tuning in and all you guys hanging out with me. Had a little bit of disaster before we started the show here. Everything in the studio was starting to fall. If you couldn't tell, there's a lot of things on the walls, a lot of LED lights, a lot of sticky tape, and things started to fall. I keep it nice and cool in here, but humidity's been terrible, and it's been hot. It's July, and hey, we're going full tilt boogie. We had to bring in some troops, get this stuff going. Randy G, thanks for hanging out. I wish I could have gotten Steve to sign my mini Solo X's. He was at Slamology last year, and as long as it's not on Becky's birthday, he will come out and show support for you guys, always showing support at Slamology and just running the Kicker brand, man. To get that signature is quite the honor, man, and once you get it, you take care of it. I hope you get it, Randy. It's all right, Kyle. He got the 50% off discount code from Kicking It with Andy. Now he's like, I'm good. No, I appreciate you, Kyle, and I can't wait to hear what you buy with that 50% off discount code that you just won Tuesday. That is gold, man. That is the Wonka ticket. Anything, a Kicker, 50% off. That's insane. I'm talking t-shirts, I'm talking Solo X's, anything that's on the website. Bada bing, bada boom, you're good to go. Audio Dad, I want to be like you and do my own podcast. I mean, you can, man. It's an uphill battle. We do car audio. It's a niche topic, but you can definitely do it, man. And if I'm going to tell you anything, check out this Elgato Wave 3 mic. It's the best budget, user-friendly with user face and just capabilities. It's awesome for under $160. It's a no-brainer, and it sounds all right. I wish you luck, sir. Thanks for tuning in, Stuart. Sup, fellas? I appreciate you, Stuart. This guy's tuning in. He tunes in a lot of the podcasts, car audio podcasts, live streams, whatever you want to call this stuff. I just appreciate you guys. When are the amps going to be for sale? The Warhorse amps. Good question. I know they do. I don't know if they have them for sale on the website, but I'll take a look. Usually Uncle Bobby B is usually on that. Like, hey, they're available. This is on the website. I'm pulling it up right now. What do we got here? Warhorse. Yes, I want the 3600.1, and not yet, but we're getting closer. It's there, and as soon as they do, I guess you would call it overflow. Everything that is on Kicker.com is technically overflow. All the dealers and distributors got their piece of the pie, and whatever's extra that they got, they'll put on the website and make it available. So whenever that happens, it'll be on there. Let's see. And I got the comments coming in real fast, so I can see them like stat. So Cornut might be off on the caboose tonight. Garrick, thanks for tuning in. Andy, my friend, my brother from another mother. Excellent, good show tonight. Feeling great. I'm glad, man. And I know you're dealing with some health problems, and I feel like everybody is now these days, but some are worse than others, and I'm praying for you, man. I'm just happy that you get to live another day, and that's how every day should be looked at, because life goes fast, and we got to be appreciative for every day that we do have. And what's great is, bass, man. We get to enjoy it doing that, and I don't know about you, but it does pass the time. It's better than twiddling your thumbs, cruising down the street, listening to your favorite tunes, and just making it sound better. And digging into this stuff, car audio, researching, watching the shows, or just YouTubing and Google searching, or maybe you're reading the Audio Sound 2000 book. Who knows what you're doing, but you're always learning from this stuff. And even if you're not looking stuff up, you do learn from just listening to your songs, tweaking the stereo, and just learning how things work. It's truly amazing. I love this stuff. Blake said, did y'all see Drew Jones' measurement of the Warhorse 1000.4 from a couple days ago? I did not. I'm guessing that's on his, is it on Bassaholic Production, or is it on his actual, just Facebook, channel? Let me take a look. I do want to see that. I know he puts up stuff a lot. Cause he did dyno the 3.6K. Yeah, I mean, tonight's Friday, so we're just hanging out, man. Looking up stuff. Let's see. Plus, we love Blake. Looking at Drew's posts here. Don't see nothing yet. 3D printer, down for sound. And this was June 27th, so it's probably on Bassaholics Production. Let me know. Yeah, I do not see it. June 24th, that's more than a week ago. I'll check it out. I want to see a 1000.4 dyno. Bassaholics Productions, would you look at that? Life slows down at 20 hertz. You know, that makes sense. If you don't think about it, it definitely makes sense. Let's see, yesterday, 4th of July. Looking. We just got a little bit of bass flex action going on here. Nothing too crazy. What else do we got? Nope, I don't see it. I don't see it, Blake. Let me know if, oh, that's probably coming in through there a little bit there, but that's okay. Let me know if you can find that for me, or send me the link and I'll pull it up. What's going on, Midnight Munchies? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that you are here, sir. My dad is in the hospital, possible heart surgery, faith prayers not working. Man, you know, that's the worst thing when it's your dad, let me tell you. Got to be one of the worst feelings in your life, and just have hope, man. That's all I can tell you. And it really does keep you going, Garrick. You know, whenever you're having a bad day, it doesn't matter what you're doing, and, you know, you either get in your car or, you know, you're just looking up bass videos. Even seeing somebody else enjoy it is almost a thing that I get a kick out of, because it's like, that's why I truly got hooked, is because I enjoyed it. It wasn't for anything else in particular. It's because I really loved sound in general, just sound. And obviously you want to make it louder. You know, you get used to 40 hertz over and over. You want it to play a little bit below it. You want to be a little bit louder. And so, yeah, it gets louder over time. I'm glad it keeps you going too, Garrick. All right, Brian says, well, the two Solo X12s killed my overhead display already. Man, so he's got the 212, L7X is in there. You know what? You did send me that. What was it? During the show on Tuesday when we had John Myers on here hanging out with us. And I threw it up on the Discord, but not during the show. It's really hard to do anything extra while you have a guest on and then read the comments and do everything else you're doing. It's impossible. But we manage. And so things like that do slide through. But I do want to throw that up there of Brian's 2L7X box. Let's see. Am I in there? I need just that. Okay. BT. Let's take a look here. I should be able to go left to right here. There we go. Cool. So, yes, he used an engine crane to get this box in and out of his car. Would you look at that? Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, no, I want to... Yeah, there we go. Just look at that. That's nuts. That is nuts. I mean, you know, he's working smarter, not harder. And that is the name of the game if you want to be able to do this for a long time. I don't know what. As soon as I zoom out, I can't go to the next one for some reason. There we go. Cool. There they are. The two L7Xs in his PT Bruiser. Waiting to get a bruising on. Something like that. I can't. Thank you, Brian, for sending me that stuff. And again, if you guys want to get your stuff featured from time to time, you can either email it at Gmail, livinloudwithandy at Gmail, or go right to livinloudwithandy.com on the website. It's in the description on all the videos. And it's like one of the first things, other than tonight, because I got the Slamology stuff on top, but it's Livin Loud with Andy upload. And anything you send there, videos, pictures, I will get through my Dropbox and all that fun stuff. And more the merrier. So if you guys got stuff, I'll know who you are on there, and we'll feature them. We definitely will. Thank you, Brian. I'm glad that you're happy with that. He started with one L7X. Now he's up to 2, and it's an addiction. It's a good one. It's definitely a good one. What is going on, Caden? Appreciate you, man. This guy's just knocking socks off with his yellow box. It's awesome. I appreciate you hanging out with us when you can, dude. Cornut. Well, you know what? I think I got it here. There we go. I feel like that train horn isn't loud enough. We need to take a look at this. Yeah, we need to turn that up. How about that? Oh, that's much better. There is Cornut. The overhead display was a worthy sacrifice, you know, and sometimes with OEM stuff, you gotta take it out just to fit the aftermarket head unit or just what have you. Sometimes the display doesn't work anymore if you don't use the right integration stuff. I know with the Eclipse, as soon as you put a radio in there, you know, the time just, I mean, it works, but if you got like directions, north, south, east, west, that's gone, you know, and that's things you got to think about. And I feel like with newer cars, it's getting even worse. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, right, Cornut? It's a sacrifice. Sacrifices must be made. Cedric says, what is up, Kicker family? Thanks for tuning in, Cedric. I appreciate you, man. This guy, we already know who Cedric is. Love you, buddy. Kyle said, I called him out. Now he said he's not bailing. Just Friday, first Friday, and I'm going to say forever, and had prior commitments. I'll be back soon. It's okay, man. And you know, sometimes I get like, man, it's beautiful outside. I want to enjoy the weekend, but you know what? I got enough days off anyway. And it's like, oh, I have fun doing this too. Cause by the time it's 10 o'clock, everything's done, at least Eastern time where I'm at. And, you know, hey, it is what it is. But enjoy your, Friday night, man. We're always going to be here. But other than this month, the next 3 Fridays, 2 or 3 Fridays, I'm not going to be here. We will be doing Kicking It. Ugh. Kicker Unmasked this Tuesday, and then I'm off for 2 weeks because I'm going down to Myrtle Beach, and then I'll be coming back to Friday. I think it's the 26th or 28th, give or take, and we'll have a lot to talk about by then. But you know, that's why I like tonight. Like I'm excited because this is the last Friday, and then I get a little bit of a break, if you call that a break. But still, I'm excited regardless, and there's a lot to talk about. Slamology magazine stuff and what have you, and Q&A. I feel like I've been letting you guys down, you know, of just getting those questions answered, because I know some people are just, they're hungry for this stuff, man. They really are. Anything between Kicker products and batteries, and you know, those are my 2 strong suits, and obviously you learn to try to do other things and you get better at it, like how we talked about sound quality on Tuesday. If I walked into an SQ judge, to be like, yeah, you know nothing about sound quality, you know, because like I have no staging, I don't know how to do all that stuff yet. I can make it sound good. Like I'm being kind of bad on myself right now, but you get what I'm saying. And that's where it's the beauty of it is you can always learn from this stuff, and you're never going to be the best. And even if you are the best, there's still stuff to learn. And, but hey, I'm here and happy to try to help you guys with what I can do. And I learn stuff from you guys too. I really do. Let's see. Ashley says, I'm listening. Be back in a couple. I appreciate you. Facebook, Messenger, and Discord. All right, let me take a look at it. We'll go to Facebook. Oh, there's Blake right there. Would you look at that? There's Blake right there. Let's see. What do we got here? I'm trusting you. Distortion Factory. Oh, I'm not in this group, Blake. Oh, you gotta love that. I will join though. We're gonna see this. We're gonna see this video by the end of the night. I joined. I don't know. Do I have to answer any questions? No, it's just I gotta join. That's it. Your membership's okay. Cool. All right. Let's keep going and see what I'm missing here. The caboose man is Cornut. Okay, so Brian already metered it. Randy G running a JP23 V2 at a half ohm, hit a 149.1 with no tuning. That's impressive, especially in that kind of car. And, you know, with that box being how it looks, you know, I can just look at a box and kind of just get an idea what it's going to sound like in a way, just with how big it is, the port, the vehicle, and those kind of factors. And that 149.1 is solid in that car, you know, and it's not going to be, oh, it's just that at 33 hertz and that's it. That thing's going to be well-rounded, you know, obviously below 40 hertz. Let's see. BT on music too. Hey, that's a plus. I mean, all my music is just straight test tone, so it's gonna get it on music regardless, but I get what you're saying. I definitely do. Thank you, Garrick. I look forward to Friday night after WWE Friday Night SmackDown. I always watch. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in as well on that, man. WWE for the win. Appreciate you. Okay, Simon said, I'm going to use my discount and get my 215s mailed to you. Wow. I mean, we could do that, but I know shipping probably would be a little expensive. I don't know how close you are to me. Maybe I could drive it out to you the rest of the way or something like that. But either way, hit me up on Facebook. We're going to have to try to work something out, get you going, man. That would be awesome. You know, just I'm honored that you want to do that anyway. LLwA, thank you, sir.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
LLwA says, I'm rolling out the red carpet for a king visit from Bubba ahead of Surf City's sound off. I can't wait to meet my audio brother for the first time. That's crazy, you know, and because LLwA's been down and out for a little while, and he's back, he's ready, he's got kicker, and he's going to Surf City. And he's going to be able to meet the guys on Discord, aka the people that tune into this show every Tuesday and Friday. And you know what? Let me just tell you this, but you already know Bubba's an awesome guy, and so are the rest of the gang that go out to these shows. They're A-class, man. A-class. Thank you, LLwA. I appreciate you for all that you do. And, man, love you, LLwA. The red carpet. Well, you gotta message Bubba. I know what he's doing right now. He's probably playing Rust? One of them video games. You know the deal. You know what I'm saying, man. You know, you gotta get him off the game. He's playing with Jake right now from SDK. He'll be here in a minute. He will. I know Cornet's got a direct line right to Bubba. He does. You know, I'm going to switch the branding here because I usually go with this. And I switched it with the other one. There's got this, we got this, we got that. I mean, this one's kind of big. It's nice. It's big, and it's just like, boom, in your face. I don't know. What do you think? I kind of like that one, too. And you get to see your profile picture. I switched it to the other one for whenever we have a guest on. It just looked a little less going on. This time I sent all the pics. All right, let me take a look at it. I'm going to try my best here. Okay, so this is the 1000.4. These pictures are from Blake from Drew. So that's the gut shot of the 1000.4. And I like how it's like two identical boards here. Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, it makes sense. Oh, no. Where am I at here? Why it is... That's so strange. I'm just in the... That's so weird. It's like all pictures here. All right, cool. So this is the response curve from 20 to 20,000 hertz. And it has a little bit of a ring right around 1K. But even then, it's, you know, I feel like every amplifier is going to do that. I remember them talking about that on Mass Show. I do remember them talking about that. Okay, so, and then this is another fancy graph. of 1000 hertz, and I don't know, but it's just the rating of 250 watts RMS. Let's take a look at this thing. Man, I don't even know. Let me see so you can see me here. I can't zoom in on it because Facebook's dumb. And then, okay, so that's the distortion right there. That's your 1% right here. And then after this, obviously, it's going to do more power, up to 2% THD. And I think each one here is, okay, different harmonics. See, this stuff, like, I feel like I could understand it, but at the same time, right now, I don't. Right now, I don't. But either way, this just gives you an idea of how much they just put into their amplifiers when they're testing them. You know, it's not just coming out of a build house. These things are tested through and through and with multiple ways. It's not just power, you know, and that's what a lot of people just want. But when it comes to the mids and highs too, it does make a huge difference. Again, another graph, I get it, but I don't. And yeah, we're back to that one. That's at 1000 hertz, 4 ohms. I guess this is pre 4.5 volts. Again, I don't know. I can't read these graphs. I know Blake could. And, you know, that's the kind of testing equipment that you really use to test an amplifier. It's not just power. It's not. Even though, you know, whenever we're buying an amplifier, 99% of the population is just going to look at how much power it does, what it's stable at, and how many channels it got. And maybe some are going to look into signal to noise ratio. And that's about as far as it goes. And, you know, whenever you're buying an amplifier, you're going to want to go with a company that you can trust because, yes, it could do 50 watts on both amplifiers, but then you can run into, you know, just, I don't know, issues with it, how it's designed, and just all those graphs. Each amplifier is going to be different on that. I'm going to tell you that. They 100% are. And I want to learn more about that stuff. Like that's Joe Hobart level. He could sit there and tell you all about it, A to Z. And I love the Unmasked shows when Joe's on there because he is the amp guy. He is the top amp guy there. And man, I could pick his brain for a long time. I do want to have him on the show eventually. Maybe probably in like August or September. We'll have Joe Hobart on if he wants to come. If not, we'll have to do a recording. At least I want to pick his brain one-on-one. I really do. You just got to look at it, Frank. You just got to look at it. Look at that tank. It's huge. Roger, thanks for tuning in. Haven't forgotten any of y'all. Keep up the great work, brother. Miss ya. Thank you, Roger. I appreciate you. And no, we didn't forget about you either, sir. Happy that you're here. Happy that you are here. Let's see. Thomas, appreciate you. Oh, yeah, Frank's on Kicker Club there. I kind of like that because now it's a little bit bigger and I can see it on my phone a lot better what you guys are saying. I like that font. It's a little bit bigger. I like it. 2 sundowns on 3K in my Honda Accord DS18 mids and highs. You know, 2 sundowns on a 3K. It's going to get down. 145, 149 kind of build. And rock on, man. My buddy Seth, he loves his DS18. It's not bad. It's not bad. He's from, oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that?
That's a live stream? Yeah. Would you look at that?
That's awesome. Yo, brother, Basshead from Pittsburgh here. Me and Boomer are looking to set up a sound competition soon and would love to coordinate things with you. Hey, I'd be happy to help, man. I've done it for 6-7 years, Team SP Loud, and could not hold a location for longer than 4 years. I think it was like 3.5, really. But still, I'd be happy to help you, and thank you for tuning in, man. That's awesome to hear. Truly is. Must be following on my personal profile there, or Livin Loud with Andy. Either one. That's awesome. That's awesome. Excuse me. T. Corley, what's up? I have a question, but I can't think of what it was. You know what? I'll think about it. Let's take a look at it. Let's think. Question was, why didn't you guys smash the like? That's a good one.
Just hit the like.
Just hit the like. I appreciate you guys. And let's see if we caught anybody slipping. Nope. 24 watching, 25 likes. You guys are awesome. Maybe one of them's a bot, but either way, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Corley. I'll get you when you throw it back up. Let's see. 20 minutes. What's going on, Kang? I seen that you were live, and I went to go check it out, and it said it was gone. I was going to watch it go live. I think it was like 2 hours ago. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well, and thanks for tuning in. What's going on, Dusty? Man, this is not going good so far. I just read 4 words. I made a bad decision today. Probably. I posted the solos for $500 each to finish my 818s. No, because I know they're not kicker 18s because they're not out yet. But man, 500, that's not bad. Plus, I mean, you were just breaking them in a little bit. Gain was only halfway. They're fine. You know, they're worth the 500. But still, it's sad. It's sad to see it go because you had 412s in there and 818s. I get it, man. Sometimes you do have to sacrifice from other builds. Sacrifice. And put it in your other build or just the money from it. I never really pull the money from it. Like, I can't sell my equipment. It's terrible. That's why I don't have that much. You know what I mean? Like, I could keep selling the old stuff to buy new, but I never do that. But still, I do sacrifice batteries and just wire and things, pulling them out of other builds. I did that for Cookie Monster. I had a JY40 in each one of my builds, and I had to take it out of the Honda Pilot for Cookie Monster because I was about to run a Warhorse 10K. I needed more power. So I get it, man. I get it. Hope you come back to kicker. Don't go too far. All right, cool. So before this show goes too far sideways, I want to see, okay, we're good. That's how amps used to be. THD, howdy y'all, Wood, Hound 13. Why isn't my name green? I'm finally a member. I don't know, but I appreciate you tuning in, man. Maybe it's something on YouTube there. No, I don't know if it's to technically be part of the green team. Yes, the green. Well, you can't even see it now. The green team. But I think as soon as you sign up, your name does turn green. But I'm not 100% certain on that. I'm not a bot, just lurking, not feeling well. You know, I hope you're feeling better. You know, I've been pretty healthy. The family's been pretty healthy. It's just, you know, getting ready for vacation, work, and you got like 500 projects going on whenever you have a family in your own place. It's like juggling. It's juggling, and all the balls are on the ground. You're still juggling 3. But the rest are on the ground, and you start picking the other ones up. That's how it feels. So I'm just happy you're here, RVH, and I hope you feel better, sir. I hope you feel better. Let's see. All right, cool. So, the Gauge magazine, would you look at that? I made it. I made it right there in the bottom left. With the studio, I died. I was like, man, this year, I don't know. There was a lot of other kicker builds there. I don't know if I'm going to make it. You know, because I got lucky 2 times out of the 5 times, 6 times, whatever I went. I got in there. And this year, I wasn't too sure. I'm looking at it, I'm like, ooh, with the studio, that's even cooler. The mobile studio at Slamology. How cool was that? I got the whole magazine here. We'll just look at it. And yes, that is, Sky High's wife. We're going to keep moving there. Sky High Car Audio. I think her name's Amanda. Yeah, that's it. We got the kicker car, man. That is probably the most beautiful one that they have in the museum. Makes the magazine again. This is just a table of contents. And Bubba, we are live. We are live. Thank you for tuning in, Bubba. And yes, you just gotta look at it, Dubby. That's all you can do. Let's see. Randy, I'm gonna star that one so I can come back to that. Thank you, sir. All right. I've got some ads there. Visit us on YouTube, Gauge Magazine, and Slamology. Editorials, Lithium. Man, I think these are these are the sodium ones. These are really cool. I like the sodium. It's got a wide range. We got the cover photo and excess power and the Slamology just logo. You know, that thing is awesome. That's what's on the... Oh, why do I have double me? Oh, man, I keep forgetting about that. I turn it on for Blake there, and then I forget the rest of the show that there's two me's there. What's going on, Brett? Thanks for tuning in. But that is on the back of the t-shirts, that design, and they are awesome. Let's see. We're going to keep moving here. All the sponsors. All right, big rig roundup. I mean, I know last year Friday was nuts because they had like all the big rigs like were parked where they were having like the Friday show for the anniversary of 20 years of Slamology. So you got to see them all big time last year. This time they were still there. I just didn't get to take a look at them. Let's see what's going on. Daryl Fisher, thanks for tuning in on Kicker Club. I appreciate you, sir. Got a few on Kicker Club. You guys are awesome. Is that Andrew with I don't know. I think that might have been in that very first picture. We'll come back to it. I'm not too sure who that was. And you know, I didn't know that was CJ. I didn't know CJ was your girlfriend 25 because he did make the magazine. Oh, in the cover. Oh yeah. All right. So you're John. Okay. All right. Now it's starting to make sense. What's the cheapest sodium battery that runs around 4,000 watts? You know, with sodium batteries, I feel like, you know, with the capacity, you can kind of base it off that. Most sodium batteries are like 5 to 10 C with the one I just showed. The sodium, what is it? What's that called? No lie sodium, no lie sky high battery. They have DIY sodium cells. They have the JY MD20 and 50. They're all sodium cells, and they're all kind of considered, if they're selling it for car audio, it's all high discharge stuff. So there's that. Now the cheapest, I mean, you want something that, I would say, unless you're doing it yourself, name brand. And I mean, cheapest is probably going to be, what's his name? Cal Olson. Cal Olson makes sodium. He makes the banks for the 2.9s. He like LTO. Trying to think of the, what's it called? What's the name? Help me out, guys. What's the name of it? His company. I should know this. AE, Advanced Electric. Check them out. They got an SI 55 on there. I think that would probably be the best battery for like 4,000 watts standalone. And then that's how I kind of rate batteries, just standalone, because who knows how much power your alternator is going to make. It could make 100, it can make 200, it can make 40. You know, you don't know, you know, especially with the stock alternator. You got your AC running. It's a hot day. You're not getting all your alternator power. You're just not. Pile. That's it. All right. Okay, so the trucks, awesome trucks, beautiful trucks. And I think, what's his name? John Hall, I think it is. He has like a big rig with like 818s or 815s or something like that. What Garrick said, hit the like, y'all. Please. Thank you, Bubba. And we're just going to play it again.
Just hit the like.
Just hit the like. Thank you, Bubba. Appreciate you, sir. And Garrick as well. You get what you pay for. You really do. With anything in life, you truly do. You truly do. All right. Enough of the big rigs. I know you guys didn't come here for that. All right, the cars. I mean, that's the cool thing about Slam. You got bass and you got cars. You got it all. Anything from muscle, tuner to everything. Bicycles, motorcycles, even scooters. I should have brought mine. Beautiful hot rods there, man. Beautiful hot rods. Oops, sorry. My lashes get a little itchy for some reason here. Corvettes? Yes. Awesome old school vehicles. We got some Camaros. We got, I don't even know what else there. It looks like some old, what are those? Ford Coupes. I think that's literally what they called them. I don't know. Just Buicks, old school hydraulics, slabs, everything. Honda Accords. Something that the log would drive, you know, everything in between. Hey, I seen it. What was it? He had a Chevy Chevette. I was like, oh man, he would have a Chevette. He would have a Chevette. Thanks for tuning in, Eric. Appreciate you, sir. Mac, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, Mac. Appreciate you always commenting, being here, man, supporting the channel. El Fuego said that little sodium one I have from Down for Sound has impressed me to hold the voltage above 14 volts for a max draw of 1800 watts. I know the Down for Sound, they got the LTO 6.0, they got the JY40, the JP40, kind of the same thing. And behind the scenes, those batteries were designed from Travis Young from JY Power, which is awesome. And that's why they're solid batteries, man. And I feel like anytime you get something, you can run a battery, and if you run it within what it's rated and what they're telling you, you shouldn't ever have a problem. You really shouldn't. Thank you, LLwA. Let's see. Power wheels too, man. You know, I'm slacking. I got so many power wheels here, and one of them needs a base build. So bad. So bad. Bucket list is to park Praisinator next to Cookie Monster. Would you look at that and just get a nice picture? Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Let's see. All right. Camaros. Dropping Hertz. Mechman alternator. And yes, there's John's truck, the Sky High truck. Man, that thing is just, it's as big as it looks. It's massive. Huge wall. You know, stunt wall. Man, just make your ears bleed loud. Off-roader. I don't even know what that's called. A side-by-side, four-seater side-by-side. That thing's awesome. I know a lot of people put like car audio stuff into those, or, you know, not even car audio, but just, what's that called? I should know this. Sorry, I'm having brain farts tonight. Power sports. There we go. And he's got some Trinity audio in there. That is awesome. Beautiful, just amplifier rack. We got some ads here. The bikes, motorcycle bikes, man, just, well, they had both. So motorcycle bikes, there's a difference there. Just as crazy as it can get. See, there's the bicycle right there. There's the bicycle right there. I like the little Mario box there with a question mark. Where is it at? Right over there. That is cool. I like that. It's like the easiest thing to do, but like it makes you look at it. That's awesome. And I'm surprised, well, I don't know if Jake's SDK motorcycle build went to Slamology, but if it did, and it was, that should have made the magazine, because that thing had, what, 2 18s in it? That's insane. So they had music. Sorry, my eyebrows are itching here. They had music. I couldn't hear any of the music because all the bass was so loud. I'm just gonna put it that way. But if you were standing there, you could definitely hear it. And going through here, and then stereo. Okay, so this is the fun part here. All right, let's see. I miss my bass. I had a rental hit and run 3 weeks ago. Man, that's terrible. That's terrible. You know, and with rentals, you can't do anything with them. I mean, if it's really that bad, you can bring a bullfrog with you, but you don't want to do that anyway. That's terrible, man. I hope you get your car back soon, very soon. Power wheels. All right, cool. So I'm caught up. All right, so the stereo competition section. You can see Kyle's build there on the bottom, right there on the bottom. On the bottom right, bottom right. And we got some Mechman alternators. It looks like the Claire system, or one of them. And that white Mustang is crazy. If you take a look at that Mustang on the top there, it actually has, that whole thing is just his battery rack. That's all his batteries. And then this orange car was awesome. It has like 612s in it. And there's that Mustang again. So he made it in twice. And you can see the battery rack a little bit better there. Again, if you want to see these all in like high resolution, go to livinloud80.com/slam. It's just on there. And take a look at it. And I have a link there so you can buy the magazine too if you want to buy it. But that orange Audi TT, just beautiful. Awesome build, clean. And then I think that one in the top left there, that is, shoot, what's his name? It's all Down for Sound. I should know his name. Dave? I think it's Dave. Dave. I think it's Dave. Moving on. So, we actually have a few builds here. We got the Steve Barber build on the bottom right. And if you go up above the green car, one up, that is my buddy Joby Cauldrons. I think he's got 16 or 12s in there. Beautiful and just loud system. It's in the intros here. And yes, thank you, Mac, man. These pictures are awesome. The photographer for Slamology does an awesome job every time. Sorry, my eyebrows are just, oh my God, there we go. Whew. I've been sweating. I don't know about you guys. It's been so hot and humid. I think I got my, yeah. My humidity in here is 62%. That's high. And I got 2 ACs and this room is what it is. This room is tiny. It's not very big. But still, either way, again, moving on. Thank you, Mac. I appreciate you. Is that the Def Bonds Mustang? Yes, that was the Def Bonds Mustang that had the batteries on the top. That thing is, I got to look at it, but I didn't get to hear it. I think he's got 4 12s in there. I think that's it. It's not a very big car, obviously, but it's a band pass 6-order. All right. Man, these guys just love these battery questions, and you know what? I'm more than happy to answer. What LiPo lithium? I mean, you don't want LiPo, but should I get for a B2 Rage 5000 amplifier, preferably a single battery standalone? Well, just lithium battery, because LiPo, I mean, you can have lithium polymer. That's, you don't want that. But just the highest amount of potential power in any kind of battery is going to be the ones that you see that are C-Max or the, forget the new ones they have. That's just the name of the car that was in, you know, kind of thing. It's just lithium ions, lithium ion batteries, not lithium iron phosphate, just straight lithium ion, 3.7 volt. And they need charged high, and if not ran correctly, are pretty explosive. A battery is power, and more power it has, and the type of chemistry is inside there creating that power can make the boom go bigger or smaller. So I would say for 5,000 watt amplifier power. So if you run the amp 1 ohm and you're clamping like 2 to 3K, maybe 4 on a burst, then that's different than clamping 5K. So really what I would look at is, okay, I need about 3,000 watts continuous. And whenever you're running lithium, you're not going to be thinking, okay, I need to be at 12 volts. I need to be at 14 volts. Because why would you waste all your money to be at 12 volts? Just run some AGMs. So I want to be at 14 volts. So at 14 volts, and you're charging to like at least 15. At least. 14.8's like bare minimum for any lithium other than lithium iron phosphate. And I like lithium iron phosphate because you don't have to charge super high, but you're going to have voltage drop into the 12s like AGM, but it's just going to be at a smaller footprint, kind of, and also a lot lighter than how heavy an AGM battery is. And that's the problem with lead acid AGM. They're heavy. So again, I would look at, okay, 14 into 3,000 watts. So I would say, and you have amplifier efficiency, all that fun stuff. So I would say minimum 300 amps continuous. And that's the way you got to look at it whenever you're buying a battery. And a lot of manufacturers are not going to list how much their battery can continuously do. They do it kind of like how you're asking. Amplifier, you know, watts. And they're thinking that you're not going to wire into the dirt. You're going to do it like how I'm talking here normally and clamp about half of that. So you need half the amount of current. I wish that they would show it when you do it yourself and you buy the cells yourself. You can see that. Some manufacturers do list the amount of discharge capability. So when you look at like a Sky High Cyber 12K, for example, and it's a 12,000 watt battery, but that's with power applied, aka your alternator. And, you know, RMS of the amplifier 12K, not 1200 amps continuous. Like, I can't do that. It could do like 450, I think, 450 amps continuous. So, and that's lithium iron phosphate. So, and that battery's about $1,100. So that would be a good, easy way to have a 5,000 watt amplifier to be totally safe, running that kind of battery on there, and standalone, it could handle that, you know, for a while. And it all depends what road you want to go down. Lithium iron phosphate, LTO, sodium ion. You know, it just depends which way you want to look at it, where you want to charge. Sodium is great. It really is. But to get the full benefit of sodium, you have to charge to 16 volts like you would with the C-Max or the LTO. The LTO, most of them, you got to charge at like 15.5 to get all the juice out of that battery. Otherwise, you think you got 20 amp hours, you're working with like 8 to 10. And that can make a difference depending, you know, how long you want to play and what kind of alternator you got in your car. So the best standalone battery, I mean, I wish JY Power still had them. The JY40s are really similar to the Cyber 12Ks, you know, and there are batteries now with like excess power, where the Titan 8, you can get the Series 6, you can get the S5, but I would suggest to go with the S6 Reserve. And why I say that is because I got 2 of them in Kayla's car on a stock alternator, and it just sits pretty, man. It sits pretty, and there are actually 2 of those S6s are the Reserve series. And why I say the Reserve series is simply this. The Power series makes more power, right? But it's got different cells in there, and they got a higher resting voltage, 2.4 instead of 2.3. And it's like, oh, well, it's only 0.1 volt of a difference. That doesn't matter. Well, when you got 6 of them, it does. That's a half volt less of capacity that you're going to get out of these cells because you're going with the Power series. Yes, they can't discharge as much, and for the same footprint, you know, they got more capacity, so it kind of does work out in the long run as long as you got enough of them. I would go with either the Titan XS, Titan Reserve, S6. Sorry, I did a video on the S5s. I want to do a video on the S6s, and the only difference between those is 5 series, 6 series. The 5S is great when you got a stock lead acid under your hood. If you got AGM or anything else, I would go with the S6s, just because resting voltage is very important. We talked about it with everything, including resistance loss through fuses, resistance, or added resistance with voltage drop with isolators. And with the LTOs having so many cycles, trust me, I'm team LTO all day, just because it's safe. It's got a ton of cycles. It might not be the most energy efficient, but it's just safe, and I like it, man. Kayla's car got it, no isolator in between, AGM up front, LTOs in the back, and the resting voltage stays around 13.8 to 14, which is pretty crazy because they're connected. And the AGM up front usually sits at like 13.3. So of a 0.5 volt difference, I don't want to make a book report about this, but I love this stuff because these are the questions people ask online all the time. What's the best battery? So the LTO is cool because it just has so many cycles. Even though that they're balancing all the time, you know, you start the car and it needs charged, that's an issue. But if you got 20,000 cycles, who cares? So with your question again, man, it's hard to say what is best, you know, but again, it's where you want to go down. Lithium iron phosphate is where I started with batteries, and then I ended LTO. I never went to C-Max or lithium ion. I mean, for my moped, sure, I would rather run those. Like, it's like C-Max cells in my moped, but that's a little bit different. There's a BMS, and I'm not doing a ton of current, and it's better. It's really better, and that's why everybody is running that kind of voltage with those kind of batteries, and they're so energy dense, and they're cheap. Lithium iron phosphate, you can't get those kind of numbers. LTO, you can't get those kind of numbers. Sodium ion, you can't get those kind of numbers. But it comes with the whole, man, if I don't do this right, this could just blow up in my face. And I have seen a friend that has literally just burn marks up his arm from a C-Max battery blowing up in his face. And LTO will never do that. So I don't even know how to answer your question, Woodhound. I tried. I hope with my explanation, it kind of narrowed things down, you know. But again, man, if you're sticking with the stock charging, I would go with the lithium iron phosphate. If you don't plan on doing it, I would look elsewhere. Thank you for tuning in, sir. The Def Bounce Mustang. Dennis, sorry, I'm so far behind on you guys here. Yes, Thomas, we will have your card on very soon. Andy, we need to do a show together, brother. Thank you, guys. Okay, so that's the two of you guys. Let me know. You got me on Facebook. Give me a message after the show's over. Let me know the details. I'd be happy. Thanks for tuning in, too. SJC, what is up? I appreciate you, sir. Man, I feel like I'm so far behind, but I love batteries. It's like kicker, man, and I'm learning about them all the time. And I know it's just like Brad does a lot with batteries and Serco and trying to influence people and, like, you know, saying, hey, this is an option, and try this and do this, and here's testing. And I just want to do the same thing too, because I just feel like not enough people are explaining it. Keylock or LC2i? I'm going to go with the keylock just because, not even because it's kicker, but just because it just is awesome. It's so fancy in what it does. I have both, but I don't know which is best from factory head unit. Thoughts? You know, with the keylock, that I don't know about the LC2i. I don't know if that actually restores as much as the keylock does and gives you that flat signal. And also, I think there's other things into the keylock. Don't quote me on this, but I think there are some other things built in for, what is it? Not DC offset, but maybe something along those lines for certain cars that need a resistance on the speaker line. Otherwise, it won't put power to that signal if it sees a dead short, which it needs. So I don't know if that has that, but either way, I'm going with just kicker. You got to go with kicker, man. But I feel like a lot of people have ran the LC2i, so it's not a bad product. It's not a bad product. 62% would be nice. Come down to Arkansas where 80 is the normal. That's way too. That's in a room that's, I'm so used to looking at this camera. That's in a room that's got 2 air conditioners, and this room is 10 feet by 9 feet. It would be a lot higher. It would be a lot higher. Those ACs are doing something, but not enough. Not enough. Let's see. Okay, this same guy was asking about the batteries. I'm hoping to have my build done by Slamology next year. Nothing big, but just 2 12s, B2, 12 Rage 12s on a B2 Rage 5K. I'm old school. This battery stuff is new, and that's why I love explaining this, because it's like people see all the conversations, all the advertisement of lithium, and yes, lithium is king. And I feel confident saying that. But still, you got questions, that's what I'm here to do. Especially Friday. You know, you guys supporting the channel, that's what keeps us going, so that I can have these one-on-ones with you guys and try to just answer as many questions that I can, so that when you go in to purchase something, you have a better understanding of how these things work. So, and I don't know, I think experience is priceless, man. I really do. You just got to look at it.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
Thank you, Bobby. I was wondering where you were at. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, sir. And a 2013 Nissan Versa. Nice, man. Nice. It's like almost like a hatchback. Pretty much. And Bobby B is live from Disneyland saying hello to everybody. I appreciate you, man. And there's Kibo. Just got back from fireworks with the fam. Wanted to pop on and say hello. Thank you for tuning in, Kibo. It's all good, man. I know it's the holiday, man. You guys are nuts for tuning in. But I appreciate the ones that did tune in. You guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in, Joven. Great show last week with John Myers. A lot of topics on SQ, but I have loved to hear about the new Gold Series subs. Are they really SQ oriented compared to the CVX and aside comp Qs? You know, that's a good question. With the Kicker Golds, they are, I wouldn't even qualify the original old school Kicker Gold and SQ sub, but they could lean that way, especially being an older driver that's light, that's accurate. You know, it's just not moving. It doesn't have a lot of moving mass. So it's not an L7X. It's not a X, or, you know, just some kind of high excursion woofer. So it's going to be able to do SQ a little bit better. And there's more factors than just that alone. But what I'm saying is what you're saying is it kind of can be SQ. The CVXs could still be SQ, but those are, again, like the LS, L7S, where it's more of like a high performance, higher excursion driver, higher power handling. But then you look at the Q, and that's a sound quality driver. Of least, yes, it says L7Q, but it doesn't say SQ, but it is of the SQ line of kicker. And I feel like it still is, and everybody can say, well, oh man, my JLW3s or my W7s are SQ. And it's like, okay. And then I could see if somebody had the right build, the right know-how, they could take the Walmarts from kicker and enter a sound competition and get good percentage scores across the meter of how they do that with the RTA. So is the Gold an SQ woofer? I would say it could be, but it's not going to be, the best of, the easiest way to achieve SQ. Some drivers are just going to be able to do that a lot easier. And some it's going to take more work, and it's just never going to get as far as the other ones could. So with the Gold, I love to compare that, like how they always said with like the CVR, people said, oh, is it just a comp R? And it's not, but it is, but it's not. And I feel like it still has the original low power needed to get loud. Yes, it's got a 500 RMS stamp on it, but it's more of a 200 watt, like it's like moving, man. And it just doesn't need a ton of power. And that's what was great about kicker in the original days. You didn't have much power. You had like 100, 200 watts on tap if you had a lot, and you needed, to power 6 woofers. So you couldn't have a woofer that needed 500. And I feel like they kind of like pointed the light on that, but yet still made it where it could take more power thermally. It could take a little bit more abuse, and just updated with how they design drivers from now compared to 30 plus years ago. So I don't know. I appreciate you, Joven. I hope that kind of answered it some. Like I want to give you guys direct answers. Yes, no, yes, no. It's not an SQ stuff, but I would rather get into it and talk about it, because I just feel like, you can't just answer it in one sentence, man. You can't. And every kicker driver is honestly really balanced. And even the L7X, that is a, just wind machine, moving monster, X-Max King. It's not going to really win too many SQ competitions, but it could still stand a chance compared to maybe some other high excursion woofers that are out there today. I will tell you that. And that's the cool thing about kicker. They always want it to sound good. They want it to sound good. Thank you, Joven. I appreciate you, and I love having John on. I love having the kicker guys on when I can, especially with like Kicking It with Andy and stuff like that, because they give away the kicker prizes, and why not have a guy from kicker be on the show and get their input all the time.
You got it.
See, exactly, Johnny, exactly. I should do a big kicker build with those old school gold letter comps. Had a few set, the C10s and the C10 and C10S back in 94. Excuse me, you definitely could. It's just really hard finding them in good condition without their, suspension being all saggy, which there's ways to remedy that and stuff along those lines. But either way, man, I think anybody that is a car audio enthusiast, and even people that are just into cars, they know that sub. Their brother's uncle's mother had kickers in their car, and especially those old school ones. Man, they're going to be like, would you look at that? Would you just look at that? Hello, Mom. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. And, man, yesterday's fireworks were awesome. They were awesome. Will the sodium battery outperform or outlive a lithium battery? No. Now my answers are getting shorter. No. Not as many cycles. Well, it depends which lithium you're talking about. Lithium iron phosphate depends the cell, 2 to 3 to 4,000 cycles, maybe more if you compress it and all that other fun stuff. And if it's a high discharge cell versus a low discharge cell, usually higher discharge cells have less cycle life of the same variant compared to low discharge of that same type. So it depends. Sodium, I think it's right around the same ballpark as lithium iron phosphate, around that like 2 to 4,000 range, which is good because lead acid and AGM, you're talking like 250 to like 700 cycles, and that's it. They're done. But you're not really doing a complete cycle. Complete cycle is from, with an AGM or lead acid, you're talking 12.6 is fully charged on a lead acid, down to like 12.1, 12.2. I think technically it's like 10.8. 10.8 is like 0%, but you're not really supposed to pull from that, but you can. And get that drained all the way, all 100 amp hours out of your AGM or your lead acid. Your big battery you put in there. You're not going to do that. You're taking microcycles away. So in the reality of things, it depends how much stress you're putting on that battery. But to keep it simple, no, sodium is not this thing. It's got more cycles than LTO. LTO has the most cycles. You're talking minimum 10,000 cycles to 30,000. It's just insane. It really is insane. And that's why I like LTO. It's not the most energy dense for dollar or for size. That's why the prismatic cells are great that are in the Titan 8s. Now, everyone loves their Yinlongs. Same thing. It's just cylindrical. 66 150s. That's it. That's the only difference. So the Plananos, same size as the Yinlongs. They're just cylindrical, and they're a little bit bigger. They're a little bit bulkier, but they work almost quite the same. They really, honestly do. I like sodium because it's better for the environment. They're not digging lithium fields. They're not using that as the cathode or something. One of the two. I don't know. They're just not using it. And they're using sodium. They're using sodium. And that's a part of the world that we just got plenty of it. We got plenty of it. We got plenty of it. Independence Day. Fantastic show, Andy. Got a dip for some rest. Thank you, El Fuego. Get some sleep, sir. I appreciate you. And, man, it is 11:05. I'm running over, but I got to catch up on the comments. Appreciate you, El Fuego. Love all that you do for this channel, the support, and, just being part of the gang, man. Thank you so much, buddy. Aaron says, I'm in Canada. I'm sorry, man. He probably seen the Independence Day thing. Appreciate you tuning in, Aaron. Party too hard, El Fuego. I just saved a ton of money by not buying fireworks and buying car audio. Hey, you could probably save a few pennies. You probably could save a few. Thank you, Cedric. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm learning this stuff with you guys, and I'm just passing the information of what I feel is true to my heart down the line. And I just appreciate you guys listening. And if it wasn't for your questions, I wouldn't have anybody to talk to this about. Kayla's tired of hearing about batteries. I don't want to hear about C-rate one more time. You get out of here. Okay, listen, it's C-rate is relative to the hypotenuse theory. That's how I feel with this stuff, man. I'm telling you. Great. Sodium is through the roof. Thank you, Woodhound. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. The answer is all of them, Debbie. That is the answer. Thank you, Mac. Great show. Good night, Andy. Gotta pick up the wife from work. Thank you for just being you, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, Brett. He's laughing at me. All right. Cool. And I can't without going to show this. All right, so we got that. We got a Bass Wars booth. They're kicker backed. We got I think that's Slam Halen or one of the two. And then we got the Trooper build on the bottom right there. And then the studio, with the kicker booth, and I don't know if that's that guy with the Midwestern SPL Andrew guy. I don't know who that is, but either way, awesome. Truly humbled and honored to be in this. And then, oh, you can almost see Remy in that picture from the XS Power booth. That's pretty cool. And I think this is the last bit. No, we got more car audio here. And, okay, Kyle's build at the end there with the, there's those sodium batteries. The sodiums. And then his build below that, wasted information. Awesome build. If you haven't seen that, you are sleeping under a rug. And, oh, where's he at? I forget where he's at. I know CJ. There, is that him? Yeah, there's CJ right there on the bottom right. If you look by the guy with the beard, keep going towards my shirt, and you'll see CJ with this red and white hat with his blue shirt and brown khakis.
Ding, 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 ding. Fries are done.
That's awesome. I was like, man, he made it. He made it. Maybe, I don't know if it was Slam Halen. I don't know. I don't know. There was two Gately builds. That truck one, and then I think it is Slam Halen. Yes, he was by the Trinity tent and by Locke. He was out towards like the vendor section on that straight line there. Right past the Down for Sound area and right past where EXO was hanging out. It's all right, Joe Keenan. You know, it was Ask Me Anything. We talked a little bit about Slam. We talked mostly about batteries, which is what I love to do, secretly, if you haven't noticed. And it's worth a rewatch, you know. But either way, appreciate that you're here now. About to start my new enclosure on sodium. That's awesome, man. I'm trying to put together a little tiny battery bank of the 2.9 LTOs. They're like got like 75C, meaning they could discharge like 225 amps, and I tested them down to like 12 volts. They do it, which is crazy because these batteries are like, you know, all 6 of them are this wide and this tall. Like it's stupid, but next to no capacity. It's like a capacitor. I like that. It's more like a capacitor, really. But either way, the sodium works too. It just has a wide range and it's strong. It's 10C. So if you got like 18 amp hours of it, you got 10C, that's 180 amps continuous, you know, but you got 18 amp hours instead of 3 with that tiny 2.9 LTO. Now that's not what's in the Titan 8s, but you know, still you can see diminishing returns, higher discharge capability, less capacity. You kind of want to find that happy medium because whenever we're playing car audio bass, it's not forgiving. The bass is continuous. The weather is, it gets hot. You're not letting up because you love the pressure on your ears, and your battery is helping your alternator all together. Whenever the alternator can't do no more, you're stuck with what the battery can do, and you need capacity past that point. And that's why like the 2.9s are great, and low capacity, high discharge cells are awesome until they're not, because then they run out of capacity because you need more of them. It is what it is. That's why I like the sodium too. They're not just, oh, here you go, here's all the power in the world. They got some capacity to back up with it as well. And that's just like kicker. You want something well balanced. So you want your batteries balanced, you want your subwoofers balanced. I don't know about amplifiers, but sure. Balanced RCAs. Sure. Balance. It's all about give and take. Would you look at that? You just gotta look at it. Andrew, new owner of, oh, okay, so he's the new owner of Midwestern SPL. Okay, gotcha. I know they got a new owner of Mecca as well, and that's crazy. You know, nothing lasts forever. It is what it is. All right, and I'm back. You missed the whole show, Kyle. I'm literally about to cut you off right here. It is Bryson's birthday. I did want to showcase him hanging out on his little quad thingy thing here. Let's see if we can get that going. Is that going to play? Oh, the audio's going to... Nope, it's working. There we go. Mr. B will be turning 7 tomorrow. Well, tonight in 49 minutes. Happy birthday, Mr. B. There's the picture there I had there. There's CJ. Ding, ding, ding. The fries are done. And I think... our 4th of July celebration hanging out at the mall parking lot. I brought the tent. No one else did. And it started to rain, so I didn't look stupid. It was great. But I was bringing a tent just in case, man. You never know. And I hope you guys have a good 4th of July weekend. And thank you for hanging out with me as always. This was the Friday show that Ask Me Anything, how we do. I'll be back on the Unmasked After Show. Of course, tune in to the Unmasked Show on Tuesday. They're going to be talking about recones, how to recone the L7X, and just stuff along those lines. And appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Yeah, we need a Warhorse DSP 18-channel amp. We need a choke change. You never know, man. We need a DSP. Stat. That's it. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, man. And we got to throw it up. Oh, there it is.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You got to look at it this way, okay? You just got to look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Would you look at that? Ryzen R, I'm going to mess it up. Designs for all your laser engraving art. Man, we're going to have to get Chris as one of the sponsors for the show, man. I appreciate you supporting and being here. And yes, man, this guy does awesome work and he doesn't stop. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. And with that, we're going to roll out to the outro. I love you guys. Have an excellent holiday weekend. And thank you for watching me and hanging out. I hope you guys had fun. And as always, stay living loud.
Okay. So we're kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. We living loud.
Thank you, Ashy. Means so much, man. Testing. He's testing for the caboose. He's testing the buttons. He's testing them. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, William. And yes, if you want to see any of these pictures in high definition, go to livinloudwithandy.com/slam or just look in the menu. It's on the bottom. Slamology. You can't miss it. You just got to look at it. I love you guys. Oh, man. Hope you're doing good, Annie. Maybe a good question for next show. Lithium batteries are standing up to the heat. None of them are good. There we go, there we go, there we go. We got the music going. Thank you, T. Corley. Thank you, guys. Annie knows you just gotta look at it. And Cornut is coming in Boots and Cats. Are you kidding me? This guy is clutch. He knew about it. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.